Hello, in this video, we're going to go over solving for average rate of change, given these two equations. All right, so let's jump straight into it. Whenever I find my pen, there it is. So average rate of change. Average rate of change is equal to f of b minus f of a all over b minus a on the interval from a to b, where a is my starting point, b is my ending point of any function f of x. So that's it. We need an f of x. We need an a and a b. We need a beginning and an end, and we're good to go. And that's all we need to do. We're going to plug in for f of b. We're going to plug in for f of a. Problem solved. So let's jump straight into it. Number one, our equation is f of x is equal to x squared. Oh, gross. F of x is equal to x squared minus x plus 1 on the interval from 0 to 3. My beginning is 0. My end is 3. So a is 0, b is 3. The first thing I want to find out is, well, I want to find out what my f of 0 is and what my f of 3 is individually on their own. F of 0, all we're going to do is plug in 0 for x, and we see 0 squared minus 0 plus 1. We see that as a value of 1 at the end. Next, we're going to plug in f of 3. This one might take us a couple extra steps without the zeros involved. Let's clean it up after we plug in 3 for the x. 3 squared is 9. The 3 just comes underneath. 9 minus 3 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. So there we go for we have f of 0 is 1. F of 3 is 7. All we need to do now is plug into our equation, average rate of change. And we know it's going to be f of b minus, so f of b, which we know is 3, minus f of 0, all over 3 minus 0. Next, we're going to plug in those values that we have solved for f of 3 and f of 0 already. So we see that f of 3 is 7. F of 0 is 1. 3 minus 0 is 3 on the denominator. We're going to clean it up. 7 minus 1 is 6 over 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So our average rate of change for the function x squared minus x plus 1 on the interval from 0 to 3 is equal to 2. That is all. Let's do one more and call it a day. Number 2. Again, we're going to solve for them individually and then apply them together. So, shall we? We shall. F of x is equal to negative 1 over x minus 2 on the interval of negative 3 to negative 2. The first thing I'm going to find is find negative 2. The next thing I'm going to find is f of negative 3. Let's give them some space for each other. F of negative 2, we're going to plug in negative 2 for x. And we're going to clean this up. Negative 1 on the numerator still. Negative 2 minus 2 on the denominator is negative 4. This cleans up to be 1. Same thing we're going to do with the f of negative 3. We're going to plug in negative 3 for x and solve. Negative 1 over negative 5, we see 1/5. Now we're going to find our average rate by plugging into our equation. So we have f of negative 2 minus f of negative 3 all over negative 2 minus negative 3. So we plug in what we have on the top. F of negative 2 is 1/4 minus 1/5 all over negative 2 plus 3, because a negative minus a negative is a positive. So there we go. So let's jump straight into it. We're going to jump straight into it, and we're going to combine our 1/4 minus 1/5. So these are two separate fractions that do not have the same denominator. We need to multiply the other one by what the other denominator is missing. That way we can find our common denominator. In this situation, we see 5 minus 4 over 20. 1/4 minus 1/5 is 1 over 20. So we're going to plug that back in now. We have 1 over 20. -2 plus 3 is just a positive 1. And this simplifies to just being 1 over 20. And thus the rate of change for the function y equals -1 over x minus 2 on the interval of -3 to -2 is equal to 1 over 20. If there are any other questions or specific problems you would like me to cover, please just send me an email and I'm always happy to make another video. Other than that, I hope everyone has a wonderful day.